What's going on, family? It's your man B Miles coming to you live once again with another video from the B Miles 84 Conscious channel. I actually want to come to y'all with another video, man, I actually want to talk about the Trump impeachment inquiry. And it's actually going to be talking about the complaint, the testimony, and the reaction. And I'm actually going to read some of the notes from the article. And I'm going to leave the article in the description box so you can also do further research on your own, okay? Now, they were saying a whistleblower's complaint accused Donald Trump of using his office to try to get Ukraine to help him in 2020. The acting intelligence chief told Congress that the controversy is quote unquote unprecedented. And he goes on to say quote, in the course of my duties, I have received information from multiple U.S. government officials that President of the United States is using the power of his office to solicit interference from a foreign country in the 2020 United States election, end quote. Thus began an explosive criminal complaint drafted by an American intelligence officer and released by the House Intelligence Committee on Thursday. At the center of the whistleblower's complaint is July call between Mr. Trump and President Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine. Mr. Trump brought up American aid that country without explicitly mentioning that he just frozen a military aid package of hundreds of millions of dollars, and then he passed the Ukrainian leader to investigate former Vice President Joseph R. Biden Jr. This is deep stuff. The whistleblower who did not listen directly to the call also said that in an attempt to quote unquote lock down all records, lock down records of all the call, White House lawyers told officials to move the transcript into a separate system reserved for classified information that is especially sensitive. These actions, the whistleblower suggested, show that those involved understand the gravity of what have transpired. The complaint goes on to say the president's personal lawyer, Rudolph Giuliani, is quote unquote a central figure in this effort, but that Attorney General William P. Barr appears to be involved as well. White House officials dismissed the significance of the document. Nothing has changed with the release of this complaint, which is nothing more than a collection of third-hand accounts of events and cobbled together on press clippings, all of which shows nothing improper, in quotes. The press secretary, Stephanie Grisham, said. She added the White House will continue to push back of hysteria and false narratives being peddled by Democrats and mainly the mainstream media, end quote. She said also they said the whistleblower's expertise will likely add to lawmakers' confidence about the merits of his complaint and tamp down allegations that he might have misunderstood of what he have learned about Mr. Trump. Lawyers of the whistleblower refused to confirm that he worked for the CIA and said that publishing information about him was dangerous. Any decision to report perceived identifying information of the whistleblower is deeply concerning and reckless. As it could place the individual in harm's way, said Andrew Big Jog, his lead counsel. The whistleblower has a right to anonymity. Anonymity. Dean Beckwith, the executive editor of the New York Times, he also said, they was in the right to publish information about the whistleblower. The role of the whistleblower, including his credibility and place in the government, is essential to understanding of one of the most important issues facing the country, whether the President of the United States abused power and whether the White House, quote unquote, covered it up. So this right here, talking about the Trump impeachment inquiry, it sounds like this thing is like a lot of in-house beef going on. It sounds like a lot of beef is taking place between the Democrats and the Republicans and whatnot. It's a lot of stuff that's going on, but I definitely will say, we definitely going to look more into the case into it. Just do the research and just really see how this thing play out. But I had to come to y'all with this video, man, spread thoughts up on this, shed light up on the situation. I felt the need that y'all had to hear this subject. Keep on liking and subscribing to my channel. Always appreciate the love. And this your man B Mounts coming to you live once again from the B Mounts 84 Conscious channel. One love once again. Peace.